I feel yet another huge wash of affection for him. He's the same as me, chastened and pounded by experience, but not beaten, never beaten. Good for you, I say in heartfelt tones. It's really brave to start again. I know exactly how you feel. I sip my drink, trying to think of career options for Ryan. It's funny how she acts like she barely knows the guy, and the guy's been knowing her for years, maybe. I sip my drink, trying to think of career options for Ryan, and surreptitiously checking out his pumped up shoulders. If he looked good last year, he looks phenomenal this year. Bruh. Talk about talking about him. He's an object, like, oh yeah, he can only be better, no, daddy. Like, ugh. I mean, yeah, you work on yourself, right? But don't make it so obvious that you think of it that way. You know, it's like, damn, why don't you fucking just let him live his life? His arms are huge and muscled. His skin is smooth. He looks like an advert for healthy LA living. So what's next, adventure? And is there anything I can do to help? Just talking to you helps. Ryan raises his blue eyes to mine, and my stomach squeezes a little. I guess my next move is contact some headhunters. Headhunters, I seize on the word. Of course. Oh my god, they'll love you. I mean, you've dealt with huge Hollywood companies. You could do anything. They'd be lucky to have you. Oh, Fixie, Ryan surveys me, his eyes crinkling up in a wry smile. You make a guy feel good, you know that? Well, I say heartlessly, it's just what I think. Inevitably, Ryan will lean forward and kiss me, but he doesn't. He stands up and turns toward the dresser laden with trophies. We hardly ever use this room, so I've gotten used to the trophies being ignored, disregarded by everyone except Mom. But no, Ryan's studying each one with fascination. I've forgotten about your ice skating, he says. That must have been a big dream for you, too. What happened there? Oh, that. I feel a familiar, painful twinge. God, whatever. It didn't work out. I get to my feet and reluctantly follow his gaze. But look, you were good. I never knew you. Why you gave up? He picked up a photo of me in an aquamarine skating dress, age 13. One leg held above my head as I glide across the ice. Oh, just lost interest, I suppose. I say with a feeble smile, and look away. Lost interest? You lose interest in Ryan if he wasn't muscled and whatever you call him. Damn, dude. Seeing that photo brings back a rush of bad feelings because that was the day it all changed. I practiced my junior free program for months. The whole family had come to watch, to cheer me on. If I close my eyes, I'm back at the rink again, the place that felt like home for so many years. I can recall the crisp, chilled air, the silky finish of my outfit, and Jake, in a filthy mood, standing mutinously. His mom fussed around me and took photos. He was angry because Mom had found him secretly drinking in his room inside his allowance, and he took it out on me. When he came over to me, I thought he was going to say good luck. I was totally unprepared for what happened. How many hours? He said it into my ear. How many fucking hours have I sat and watched you slide around? Mom's obsessed. Dad goes along with it. But what about me and Nicole? You've ruined our lives, you know that? I mean, kind of, I get what you mean. But damn. Whew. Before I can even draw breath, he walked off, leaving me trembling in shock. I could blame him for my fall that day. Damn. That's fucked up. I could say he put me off, and there would be some truth in it. As I skated out onto the ice, my legs were quivering. I'd never, not once, seen my skating as anything positive. I'd always thought Jake and Nicole were proud of me, just like Mom always told me they were. Yeah, bro, that's grimy. Yeah, I get what you mean. But I guess some people just don't like their time being to waste, you know? That's fucked up, but yeah, that's the life you live when you live with competition, you know? People who think they're competing with you in comps and think your life to waste, you know? Well, that's messed up. And now Jake's point of view was all I could see. Yeah, it's all a grim world we live in, real true. Mom's attention sucked up, money spent on lessons and costumes, all the spotlight focused on me. Yeah, I get what you mean, Fixie. I get what you mean. Fuck that. Yeah, I do. I don't like you, but I get what you mean. Fuck, dude. It was all painfully clear, so I was off my game, not concentrating, and I fell badly. Afterward, everyone told me not to worry. Never mind, you nailed the jump at practice and you'll nail it next time. My heart wasn't in it though. I gave up skating completely within 3 months. I saw my coach Jimmy trying to talk me back into it. Yeah, one bad injury, one bad fall, one bad fail could fuck your whole up. You know, you're like, damn, I'm fucking out. That's it. It's gone. And so you just leave it, let it go by. And you're like, damn, I lost. This is it. No, not meant to be this way. You know, and it's because you were thrown, you didn't know to not think of it like that way, and so you let yourself get thought of as that guy or girl who fucks things up for them, and so you just have to suck it up, I guess. And what can you do, Pixie? Right? So yeah, okay, yeah. You know, you got to suck it up because it's like fucked up. Yeah. You know, what can you do? I can't only blame Jake. It was me, my personality. The best skaters are natural performers to see the audience and blossom. They wouldn't care if their brother was jealous. It spurred them on. It, I guess, I don't know. Yeah. It approached their jumps. Jealous? He wasn't jealous. He was more like frisked off because he was just pissed in general. Jealous? I'm not sure. Like frazzled. Here's the word. Why the fuck is that? Yeah, you know? Yeah. You know? I mean, I feel that way when I'm talking to a girl and she's leading me on, like, oh, pay me this money, but I won't hook up with you. You know? It's like, fuck this shit. Why am I here? Or when I'm talking to someone and they're not even like listening to what you say, like, what the fuck is the point of talking to you if you don't hear me out, you know? Or just talking to someone who won't hear a word you say, you know? It's like, damn, bro, fuck off. So, I mean, he was like, damn, all this shit on her. What about me, you know? Jealous? I'm not sure that's the right word. It's more like concerned for his own self and safeness of to be, like, of what he is. And not is, but like you know, the whole thing, the whole shebang, right? It spurred them on. They'd approach their jumps thinking, fuck you. What the fuck? See, that's the thing I don't like about people like this Fixie girl. Like, she's like, fuck you. Like a very, like, tomboyish, chavvy kind of girl. I don't like that shit. But that's all you, though. And reach even greater heights. And she thinks Ryan likes her. If she acts like this, where she puts people down because they feel weird about her life, but she can't be a good girl. Like, not that, I mean, Jake should not be good as well, but like, what's the point of being to be mad? Like, just to reach even greater heights. Like, damn, bro. After Jake landed his bombshell on me, I approached every jump thinking, I'm sorry. You don't have to be sorry, kind of, but you also don't have to think fuck you. You know, it's like, calm the fuck down. Just get your shit in gear and don't think of it until, you know, you're not there at that point. And Jake, you know, just let him go fuck himself, but not fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, an afterthought, but not a unthought. You know, you can't not think of it. And just don't bring it up at that point. Just do what you can, and then work it out afterward. After you learn in life, I would hope. But when you're young, I guess you might not know the way to live it, and so it's like, damn, she thought it like that, so it fucked up. The trouble is, but I mean, she thought of it and she didn't like work on it like that, and so it failed. The trouble is, I'm sorry, it doesn't power anything. It drags you down. By the end, I could barely get my feet off the ice. Yeah, it's like, you don't want to like do it because someone will tell you don't do it that way. You're fucked up. I'm like, what the heck? Do you still skate? Asked Ryan, and I flinched before I can stop myself. No, I say flatly, and then realized I sounded too abrupt. Why would you sound too abrupt? You're just saying no. What up? I mean, you can't just suck. Like, you can't fake someone to flirt and like you. You know, you just answer the way you would. You know, if it's not the way that they like, then yeah, I mean, what can you do? But don't. They're not gonna like you more because you're nice to them. They either find you well, like hot, or not. You know, it's just or good to be with or not. You know, it's just like whether you're good or not. I mean, may make them choose to be with you in one place at all, but in the way that they are, it's not like, wow, it made me feel good when someone else makes them feel the same or more or less or whatever, more or less, you know. I went back to it in my year off, I amend. I didn't compete or anything. I qualified as a skating coach and taught beginners. I expect you are sick of ice rinks, he laughed. Yes, I agree. Although it isn't true, I still love ice rinks. Why would you lie to him then? I go to Somerset House every year where they put on the skating. I watch all the people swishing around the ice or falling, most of them, and I love the sight. I just don't need to join in. I take the photo of Ryan's from Ryan's hand and cast around for a new subject, but before I can think of one, Jake strides in, holding a beer. Here you are, he says almost accusingly. Have you been helping out Mum? I ask, but Jake ignores me. Well, she always turns it on him, like, what the fuck? Jake doesn't give a fuck either, you know? I mean, Jake's like, whatever. I don't. Jake's not gonna be like, why don't you help Mom? Like, it's time for that baby shit, though. Like, let's just leave it be. Does he have to help Mom? Why don't you help? Like, what are you doing? You're talking to Ryan. What the fuck are you doing? Like, if anything, you would not know, you know? Like, what's the point of you saying such a thing? Hey, whatever. You know, it's like, what do you expect Jake to say? You don't like you that? All right. Um, he sees the photo in my hand and rolls his eyes. Well, duh. He's like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, you're asking me, but yet you're like playing here. You know, showing off your past glories, Fixie. You should have seen her fall on her bum. She adds to Ryan in a bark of laughter. Classic. Wish I'd recorded it. I don't believe it, says Ryan, twinkling at me. I bet you never fell on your bum. Only I put the photo back on the dresser. I never mentioned that day to Jake. We never revisited that conversation. Bro, you can fall on your ass sometime, and that's it. It happens, bro. What can you do? Does he even know what an impact it had on me? Well, maybe, but why would he care that much? You know, you make a big deal out of it. Anyway, you move on. Exactly. Just say that. Why do you gotta make a whole story about it? It creeps me out how this girl gets so fix on things. That's why she's called Fixie, I think. She's fixated. It's not like she fixes things. She's fixated on this shit. Fix. You're like, what the fuck is this? Hey, I say, as a new idea seizes me. Ryan, you could work at the shop with us for a bit. Learn the retail trade. We could teach you everything. And then you can move on to something, bigger. Damn, that's kind of nice for her. Imagine someone offering you a job like that. That's a blessing in disguise. Well, I guess, but like, you don't want to get on her bad side, but you can't because she thinks you're hot. So you're all right, I guess. I'm trying to sound this note. This is simply a reasonable career suggestion, although my heart is seized up in delirious hope. It's a perfect solution. I'd see him every day. You'd feel like part of the family. I'm not sure about that. Ryan wrinkles his suntan nose. Might be awkward working for you guys. Jake, mate, didn't you bring me a beer? I forced myself to keep smiling. Determined he won't see my disappointment. Why would he think it would be awkward? It wouldn't be awkward, but there's no point pressing the idea. If he doesn't want to work at the shop, he doesn't. Have you been helping Mom? I asked Jake again, or has Nicole? Jeez, Fixie, he rolls his eyes. Get off my case! I haven't even seen Mom. Jake is in here. The magical transfixing bubble we were in has burst. Oh my gosh, bruh. I mean, why don't you ask him more about why wouldn't he want to work here? Like, what's awkward about it? Instead of just like beating around the bush all the time. Like, tell him why are you so fixated on a fixating thing being unfixable? Like, fucking fix it then. If you think so much about it, you randomly asked him, like, what the fuck? Like, remember, he's Jake's friend, but you're talking to him like, you don't want to get into that shit, you know? It's not awkward. But yeah, why would it be awkward? Because, you know what? That's why. And also, I mean, he senses a little bit of animosity between you two. What the fuck do you want him to say? That it's all sunshine and rainbows here? No. It's not that he doesn't want to work at the shop or he's wrinkling his nose or anything. Like, it's just casual. They're friends. Doesn't have to turn into business. You know what I mean? Like, it's the awkward part. Besides, when you asked Jake to help his mom, imagine her asking you that. That'd be a little weird, wouldn't it? Alright. No, yeah. And suddenly I feel guilty. I've dodged all the work. I've forgotten about the party. Exactly. And Ryan feels like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm just going to keep you from work. I forgot about everything except Ryan and me. I'll go and see if Mom needs anything. I say, you know what she's like. She'll be back in the kitchen. I'm not being totally noble here. I'm feeling the need of Mom's calming presence. Jake unnerves me, and I was already unnerved enough by Ryan. Well, why don't you like Ryan? Is Ryan? What would he do wrong if you like him that much? And the injection of Mom's loving, steady, calm voice. I want her to say something that makes me smile, so I can take a step back from life and see it all in perspective. So, if Ryan doesn't help you with that, why do you want him to be in your life so much? It weirds me out a little bit. It's like, sure, he's hot. His suntan nose. What? He wrinkles his suntan nose. Like, is that supposed to be a compliment? Is he saying he's like weirdly hot, but he's not? Like, I don't know. You're not that into him if you don't think of him like calming. Like, maybe you just want to help your mom, but why do you gotta elaborate it that way? Just be direct and say you like Ryan or not. One or the other. Don't make him like lean in for the kiss when he does not make it that clear. It's like, what? You can't guilt the guy. This is classic gaslighting from like people that I don't like talk to because of this shit. You can't expect the guy to just randomly magically make out with you when you feel like, if he doesn't think of you like that, or it works up to that sense, then don't make it so weird. Like, you're the one who's saying you have to be in my shop. Well, why don't you explain it, why he should and why not, or how it would work, instead of, it'd be a little awkward. Why don't you press a little more and be like, why so? Not just like, you want to have a combo, but don't make it weird when he says like, maybe. It's not like a bad thing. Not everyone jumps for joy at things. I mean, that's just the way some are. Like you said, you became more, what's the word? Savvy. Forget where she mentioned it. She mentioned it with, oh yeah, the what's it called? I always come back to things sometimes. The Smithsons. Yeah, she said it there. Uh, I head out and glance into the sitting room where the guests have given up standing. They're all perched over on chairs and even the floor, chatting and smoking and still nibbling food. But sure enough, Mom isn't anywhere to be seen. I knew it. Mom, I call as I stride down the corridor toward the back of the house. Mom, are you there? I see a familiar flash of blue linen through the ajar kitchen door, but it's in the wrong place somehow. I pick up speed, frowning as my brain tries to process the sight. There's something not right, but I can't work out. Mom, I push the door right open. My heart freezes in horror. Mom has collapsed over the table, motionless. Her piping bag is still in her hand. Her straggly hair is all over the place. Mom! My voice is strangled in alarm. Mom! I push her shoulder gently, but she doesn't respond. And now terror is ripping through my guts. Mom! Help! Out through the door, frantically patting her cheeks, trying to work out if she's even breathing. I can't feel a pulse, but then I don't know how to feel for a pulse. I should have done first aid lessons. Mom, please. Wake up. Please. Help. Oh, please. Help! I yell again, my voice hoarse. Tears of fright streaming from my eyes. Help! Footsteps are thudding along the corridor. I grab for my phone with fumbling, panicky fingers, feeling totally surreal. I've never dialed 999 in my life, and I've always wondered what it must feel like. Now I know. It's the scariest thing in the world. Well, that's the end of a chapter right there. Ugh. I'll read chapter 7 as well. All right. Peace out for now. Heights.